Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in today. Today, it's going to be a leg day, but I want to tell you is that I've reworked my traditional leg day routine. I've now split it in 2 separate days throughout the week. The first one is heavy compound lifting, and the second day, which is today, is going to be isolated movements, including step-ups, split squats, lunges, and Romanian deadlifts. But we're going to be doing single leg in most cases. That way I can work on my balance and my overall form and technique with lighter weights. And I'm going to explain to you through this video why I've now incorporated this and why you should too. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump into it. All right, to begin with, I've set up my bench right in front of my squat rack. Essentially what you want to do is have an elevated object, and it could totally be a chair, and put it next to something that you can support yourself on. I'm going to take my main leg, brace myself, stick it in the center of the bench, and I'm going to push vertically up. I'm just driving upwards like I'm trying to take my head and puncture the ceiling. Here we go. And I'm going to shoot for 10 clean ones. And I'm really trying to control the down. I'm using my hand as minimal as possible here. I'm not trying to pull myself with my hand. It's only to keep myself stabilized. All right, now we're gonna jump into the working sets. I'm going a little bit lighter today because I have training. Also because it's a little bit of a safety issue. You got a lot to lose if you slip and fall here, but you just wanna be as safe as possible, but it's a great exercise. So here we go.
And the reason why I really love doing step-ups is because it builds that strength that your whole body requires. So because I'm using weights now, it totally ensures that anytime I'm out hiking, fishing, or camping, and I'm walking up and down trails, my body's prepared to walk on uneven surfaces and can support itself. Especially when I'm fishing, I'm always walking on hilly areas, and this just is perfect for that.
They're really good for keeping that balance in your body, tightening your core, stabilizing yourself, using your hips. It's a whole body exercise. All right, so the next exercise, now that we finish the step ups, is gonna be the king of the entire workout. It's gonna be split squats. And this one, you can use any object again. Like if you have a chair or any elevated object, I recommend you use that. With the bench, I have an adjustable one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on an incline and create a pocket for my foot to rest right here. Now what I'm gonna do to help me is use weights as a place marker. So for my first step, I'm gonna sit on the bench, stick my foot out, and put this plate right in front of my toe. So I know where the first step is gonna be. And I'm gonna line it up with where my back foot is gonna be. So in this crease, I'm gonna push this slightly to the right. There we go, now we're dead center. If you're new to this exercise, start with body weight only. I'm gonna take my left foot forward, stick it behind here, behind this front plate. I'm gonna take my back foot, stick it right in that crease that I made for myself. And essentially, this one's gonna be my close step. And I'm gonna lean down, let the weights touch the floor, and push straight up. Let the weight hit the floor, straight up. 2, 3.
Now by starting with the close step, it's essentially going to target your hamstring. So it's the part that you feel on the bottom of your leg, just above the calf. And if you do nice, slow, and controlled movements on the down and in the up, you're really going to want to focus on that mind-muscle connection. This whole thing is a 2-part exercise. So the first split squat's going to be targeting the hamstring. And then the second part, when you take a step further out, is going to be targeting the quads. And this really is the king of the entire leg workout. It's that 2-in-1. 2 muscle groups getting hit, and you don't even need heavy weights for it. When you finish your 2 sets of 10 on your split squats, take that place marker and scoot it back about 6 inches, and you're now getting ready for the next set of split squats, but now it's going to be farther out, thus targeting the quads. Don't forget to take a break in between each set. You need a little bit of recovery time to catch your breath, let your leg rest. That way you can hit your next set with as much energy as possible. So just sit down, recoup for 30 seconds, and get back to it.
Okay, now we are doing the far step in the split squat. So my leg has been pushed up significantly, and essentially it's going to target my quads instead of the hamstrings. The farther you step out, you're going to be pushing yourself more forward, and it's going to engage this part of your legs, okay? So that's why when you do both steps, you're hitting two different muscle groups with one exercise, just a slight variation. So here we go. This time with the farther step out, get my foot set up. And this is a really good exercise for working on balance.
What you'll want to keep in mind in this movement is to push yourself forward actively. It's not like before where we're trying to go up into the ceiling. We are pushing forward. And what that's going to do here is it's going to engage that quad a lot more than the hamstrings. That way you're more targeting one of the two muscle groups, and this time it's going to be the quad. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it.
That exercise, when done properly, you feel the burn and you feel gassed. I mean, freaking split squats, super humbling exercise because the weights aren't that heavy. It's just so effective. Whew. All right, now for a really good isolated leg movement to hit the hamstring, it's going to be single leg RDL. And essentially, you're going to grab your weights. You can do with one weight if that's all you can handle. And you're going to take your back foot and you're going to trail it behind. And you're going to keep it on its tippy toes. And you're just going to drag it behind you as you let the weights fall. And then once you're here and your leg is bent and you feel your hamstrings have tightened, you're going to push yourself back up. 1, 2.
Now, doing these RDLs with either dumbbells or plates like I'm using, it's really good for building that overall balance. You really have to focus on balancing on your one foot, and it's not like just doing a flamingo stretch. You're moving two body parts. You're leaning down with your hands and you're swinging your leg back. And sometimes you fall, the weight gets a little bit overpowering, but it's okay because what you want to do is get to failure. And that's how you know you're building your muscles. If you can reach failure in the 8 to 10 rep range, you're doing amazing. Just keep it going.
All right, y'all, we've made it to the very end, the very last exercise, and it is quite literally the finishing move to the entire workout. It is weighted lunges. This stuff will work your traps, works your entire body because you're moving, and it just absolutely destroys your legs. I mean, with every push up, it's just finishing it off a little bit more and a little bit more until your legs are completely cooked. So, if you can, keep your arms shrugged. It'll help you work those traps and keep them under tension, and keep the weights off the floor so you can go in a deeper range of motion. But this one, fairly simple. We all know lunges. There's not too much to explain. What I like to do is do 20, and that essentially means 10 each leg, and I'll do that 2 times. So here we go. Okay, that is the end of today's leg workout. We hit the quads, we hit the hamstrings, we hit a little bit of calves, and we hit some traps doing those lunges. But essentially, even with these light weights, you can still have a super intense leg workout just doing isometrics. I mean, literally doing them single leg exercises is the key to building up your balance, core stability, and overall strength. And like I said before, the reason why I'm doing all this is to help me in my outdoor recreational activities, whether it be hiking, mostly fishing, running outside. It's really important that you have strong legs and a strong core because you're not walking on even terrain. I mean, you could be walking upstairs, slip a little bit, but because you were strong enough, you can catch yourself from falling. Or because you have the leg strength, you can support yourself on one foot when you're trying to step up on a steep hill. It's just really good mobility strength. And that's just the key. I'm trying to help you guys get stronger for your everyday lives. I'm not like a pro bodybuilder. I'm not trying to put on huge muscle mass for competition. I'm putting on functional muscle that helps me get stronger for my everyday activities. Like at work, every now and again, I gotta move heavy objects. And it seriously helps that I've done so many leg workouts, it's not that bad. But when your average person goes to pick up the things that I have at work, it's easier for them to get injured because they haven't trained. And that's the whole reason why I'm training up my brother and my mother to get stronger. I want them to live happier and healthier lives. So I hope you guys were able to take something away from today's workout. And I really want you to implement some of these exercises in your weekly routine. That way we can all do better and achieve more. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.